yo, welcome back for another episode of I Said What We Said. This is episode 7. I got lucky and got my dog on here, man. I'm gonna let her introduce herself to y'all.
Hobbs, Robertson. I am from Huntsville, Alabama. West Side. I'm a graduate of J.L. Johnson class 2005. And I am an '09 graduate of Auburn University, where I led it 4 years at Auburn, and graduated in '09. And I am the current head basketball coach at Miles Jones High School. I previously was at May Jemison. I mean, not did at May Jemison for 4 years, and
Okay.
I state runner-up in 2021 at May Jemison. May Jemison is in North Huntsville, where J.L. Johnson was, but it's no longer there.
Yeah.
And Jemison and Johnson is not the same. I mean, it's not like it's just not the same type of school, and I think that people really need to understand that.
Yeah. It ain't the same. And then
And that's one
speaking
thing I
on
know.
yeah, I definitely agree. And then speaking on Jemison and J.L. Johnson, like, can you see a difference in the North Side from your time and today, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, like youth recreation, schools, or anything of that nature?
I mean, North Huntsville is North Huntsville. I mean, like, the only difference is when I was going to the Y and to Lakewood, we was walking. But I mean, so it was just a different type of community. I think it was a little bit different with crime rates and stuff like that. I think, like, right now, it's just a different time and place. Like, it's just different in North Huntsville when it comes to just like the demographics and the interest in sports is different too. I think, like, sports is kind of turned into a rich man game. So,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
if it's a demographic where parents have two parents' household have to work hard every day. Like, sometimes it's expensive. So I think sports have just evolved just of being more of reps and instead of competitiveness sometimes.
I definitely agree, man. I done had this conversation with people so much how compared to like back then to now, like sometimes the less fortunate kids, they can get left out. Talented too.
Yeah, I was a girl that was, from a single parent household. And it took a village. Like, we had a great village around me and my sister for us to be able to make like wig piercings and like the community took care of us. Like, it was so many other people, but I don't want to use the name of people.
Right.
And I think there were community people, and they still have those people now, but I think they were more prominent. Now people are raising they're raising their kids where they don't want them to talk to strangers. They don't want them to do these type of things
Yeah.
for people who can be really influential. Or if it's a man with a girl and everybody want to make up something, like I would make up something. I'm not saying some of these accusations aren't true, but at
Right.
some point, people are being helpful. It's just like, sometimes you're scared to even do anything because of how people receive it. So I
Right.
think that's the difference in the communities. I think parents just a lot more involved and who are around their kids and are really, which is a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but
Right.
also they can be a little bit more protective in the environment they put their kids in. So I just think that's what changed a lot.
Yeah, I
Overall.
agree. Like you say, parents are definitely more involved. It used to be a coach and one parent and the whole team loaded up, gone. Now it's everybody traveling individually with family. So yeah, it's definitely different.
Oh, for
Um,
sure. Like they even share hotel rooms now. It's like, oh no, like, yeah.
yeah, it's different. Airbnb is different.
Yeah, for sure.
What drew you to basketball, and when did you realize, like, hey, I think I can play at the college level?
Okay, so it's interesting. My story is interesting. Like, I moved. I went originally from Madison. My mom went to Miles Jones. People don't know that. And when I
Okay.
moved to Madison, I was around in the 4th grade, and we went to I went to Hobbs and I went to Lakewood. And when I was in Lakewood, I used to play. Mama always like go to yard sale and yard to buy us goals. So we always had like a basketball goal. We didn't play recreationally until we got in 7th grade. So, but we used to be killing all the kids in the neighborhood. When I was in 7th grade, I didn't make the cheer team. Like, I tried for cheerleader. In 7th grade, you want to be a cheerleader. I
Yeah,
didn't make the team, and I was devastated. I'll
true.
never forget that. And so, like, Coach Malone was like, "Come try for basketball." I tried out, and I just worked hard every day. Like, I remember going to get me and Ruby going to get each other like every day. And we putting lamps outside, going to like being
Yeah.
competitive and working. So I look at like how people ask me how did I develop. I think I just
Just
played all.
outside.
Yeah, I just played outside. I played with boys. I just did like a lot of things that what my income or my mama could do allowed. Like, I couldn't play rec because that costs. Like, like, so we had to get how we live. So, but she made sure we had the things we needed. But yeah, for sure.
I feel that it's definitely like I say. I agree. I remember. I be telling my kids like the training, like all the training stuff that I even pay for. A lot of parents pay for. You can get a
Me.
lot of this stuff outside, like footwork, like running, riding bikes, climbing fences, running from dogs. That's agility to me.
I do like with my kids. Like I go back and forth on this. Like what's too much and what's too. I think that kids have to be intentional, whatever they do. Like so, if you want to be good, be intentional with it. Put in the pursuit in a game like form because when it become live, there's nobody to tell you that nothing in a live situation. You have to have the mental capacity to be able to without mom
Right,
and dad telling you. And I think that that's a difference I see. I think the kids don't learn how to be intentional. They feel like if I train every day, I do all these different things that it's supposedly supposed to make me a good player. That's enough. And no, somebody like to be tougher and bigger and better than you.
right,
How are you gonna deal with that and apply that to win a game?
right.
So I think my coaching premise is based on advantage and disadvantage. Somebody's gonna always be better than you. But if you understand how to play the game and you understand your advantages and their disadvantages and hone in on that, and you watch a film and they can do things 5 times one way, but then you ain't never seen them do it that sixth way, try and make them go that sixth way and see
Yeah.
what happens. That's when
Even
the
the
chaos
playing
happens.
field.
That's when the ego starts. That's when that mental capacity is at a limit. Are you gonna dig in and make sure I
Yeah.
get that bucket, or are you gonna turn that ball over?
I like that. I love that one right there. If you see somebody do something 5 times, see if they can do it a 6th time. I like that. That's what's up.
Learn that from being playing with my sister. Like like when you going into your sister every day, she knows all your best moves. You know all their best moves,
Yeah.
and it's really just who's gonna be able to say, "Hey, you gonna miss that," and she don't believe she gonna miss it that time, but she say, "No, it's going in."
Right.
And so like I think that what probably sets me apart is if you beat me, I'm gonna beat you tomorrow.
True.
That's my mentality. So like, great, congratulations on that win, but I'm coming,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna work, and I'm gonna stay up, and I'm gonna find a way to be intentional about on that win. And I
Yeah.
think that it does show a passion. It might rub people the wrong way, but that's not my intention.
Right.
I care about rubbing my husband the wrong way or rubbing my kids and people. I can't care about rubbing my opponent the wrong way. That's the art of being competitive and competing.
Right. Right. No, I definitely feel that. I definitely feel that. What was your big adjustment going from high school to college? What would you say your biggest adjustment was?
What I'm speaking on right now is just that being intentional. Like, I remember coach used to like I used to cry. I used to have panic attacks about sprints and running the next day in practices and how I was gonna die and making all this bad violence. Like, so I'm like, I can't make it. I'm gonna die.
True.
I'm not disciplined. I don't have any control. So my biggest transition was knowing it wasn't about me. It's bigger than me. In order to reach that maximum goal of being a champion, you got to be selfless. That's what I'm teaching my players this year. Our goal is to be the ultimate teammate because I'm gonna be if it take my teammates shooting 6 threes for us to win, I'm gonna pass to that ball in the seventh. And that's what a championship mentality is. So I think that just going in and having a mental capacity from my senior year of high school, being a big dog, and going in with 5 elite freshmen, I had to find my way to get on the plane to get some playing time. And that was just having control,
Right.
studying, understanding what she can't do. I didn't start my freshman, all the other freshmen started, but I averaged 24 minutes. It's because I made sure that she would lose if I didn't play. That's your mentality. If I don't get in, you ain't gonna win the game. It gotta be your hunger, it gotta be your intent when you out there pursuing because at the end of the day, we all competing. And I'm just better than you today. But if you want to be better every day, you gotta be better every day. Playing the SEC teaches you that because it's a dog eat dog world in the
Yeah.
SEC. It's
Yeah.
going every night.
Yeah. True. True. Well, just kind of similar, same question. Were you nervous about leaving home at 17, 18 years old?
Ready to go.
For real?
I, yeah, I just think that I just think like when you're talented and when you outgrow places, and I just was ready to go. Like I just think that I wanted to go around people who had the same like mind like me. Like, hey, listen, this is how I wanted to be a basketball player. That's all I studied. And go back to that question you asked me a few minutes ago about like what made me know I wanted to play basketball is I can remember Coach McGraw. He played football at the University of Tennessee, and he took us to a university. He took us to the Tennessee Hall of Fame, and he took us to a University of Tennessee game. It was Carol Lawson's freshman year,
Right.
and she was out there starting. And I see all these people around. Cause I'm in the 10th grade. It's my first year playing. I'm still trying to be the player. And I was like, man, I'm gonna play in the SEC one day.
Right.
And since that day, I literally worked and every day. You want to hang out with me? I'm at the gym. I'm at my house in the front yard. I was the ultimate tomboy. I had a goal, and I think that now I look back on it, I can realize like, okay, I was had tunnel vision. Like I don't even remember a lot of stuff. Like it's just because like my goal was to make my situation better than what it was. And I mean,
Yeah.
I had a great mother in a great situation, but it wasn't like everybody else's. But I'm not the type of person that wanted to be a fast story. Like, hey, listen, if you work hard and outwork people, because it's not just working hard at your speed, it's working hard at the competition speed. Because if I
Right.
go and set you and you faster than me, oh, I got to go out there and make sure I'm faster next time. So
Right.
those got to be your mental goals. You're not just competing with yourself every day. There's somebody out there who talking a little bit louder than you. So what
Right.
you gonna do? They pulling their shoes a little bit tighter and they ready for war.
True.
And if you have goals that you want to reach, nobody's gonna lay down and give them to you.
Right.
People.
Yeah. That's real. That's real. That's real. Um, what would the Auburn senior Sherell tell the Auburn freshman Sherell? Sherell, my bad.
It ain't the end of the world. And that you better than you ever thought you would. Like I mean, like I think that the heights I reached at Auburn, I never thought I was capable of that. Like every year, I was like, oh, I made another year. I never, because I never thought that, because I just believed in myself. I have you around here that believed in me, but like you know, like what comes when you're talented and everybody else around you might not be as talented, you don't always really like to let your light shine. So
Right.
you learn that, like you know what, you learn just to dim yours a little bit. And so it's just like when I went to Auburn, I was around people just like me. Like you know, so I was able just to be me without worrying about other people how they might feel because I might have scored 25 tonight. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
because I mean, like me and my sister were the first group of girls that got ridiculed online. Like so, like that's what it makes me like you know, like when they had the AL.com and people talking about kids. You remember like back in the day before they
Right.
started doing like AL.com, like the little fan section, the comment section was like everybody's. And me and my sister was always like the people that got ridiculed the most, kids. So I've been used to this when I was 15, 16 years old. Like, yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Made you who you are. Tough.
Yeah, so I think people think that I mean, like people think that like the coach Sherell is what I do all the time, and I'm like, no, I'm like that. I'm not like that all the time. like, I have to be that intense to get my point across because my journey in the coaching isn't traditional. Like, I literally have never been an assistant coach. I got a head coaching job in middle school, went undefeated. Then I got the job at May Jemison, and so I never had been assisted anyone. So everything I did, I've done and learned is my own coaching style. It's all authentically me because I didn't have anybody to mirror but coaches did like my college coach coordinator. And that's why I let my girls call me Coach Sherell now is because his girls call her Coach Nell. I never did it because it was a southern thing.
Yeah.
You know, I understand it more now. Like I get it done. I think my discipline is there as a coach. What they calling me, long as with respect, I'm cool with it.
You know what, Sherelle? That's a different path. I ain't know that. You went straight to head coach. Like a lot of coaches, you know, they go through the being managers for a little while, being assistants for a little while. Like you went straight to it. That's a totally different path.
I don't
Golly.
recommend it, but I don't recommend it though. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I mean, like I was able to gain success from, but it was a lot of stressful nights. So I always say, like you know, my biggest thing that I wish I could do in my coaching career is assist. Because I mean, I think it's the end that we human with egos. So I think when you have to put yourself outside to really do what somebody else's vision is, it teaches
Mhm.
you a different type of discipline. It makes you a better coach. I mean, I understand that point of it because I was an elite player. So I understand I got it. But it hasn't been easy for me to make it this way. Like I learned it on my own. I take a lot of bumps in the road because of it, because I didn't really have nothing but mentors. Like I really when my mentor told me my first year, I think I'm gonna win a state championship at Jimmy. He was like, "Girl, you see my team? Like I don't care. You know, you can conquer the world."
Right.
That was my best team. And I did the worst job coaching. So I can admit that now, looking 7 years ago. Like my first year at Jemison was my best team I had. Like there probably, and that was my worst job. I was too emotional. I didn't really. I was caring more about how I felt and how I played the game. And you got to meet kids where they at. Like my biggest advantage is I meet kids at their talent level. Like you can't do and do your layups on the right foot. Then we're gonna do that 100 times. I don't care what you feel like you at, we're gonna do that 100 times. Because that you can't develop anything else technically sound without the basics, without the
Can't skip the
foundation.
steps. Can't
No,
skip the steps.
you don't skip no steps. So I think
True.
that's just how I really intend everything. I'm gonna do the hard work.
True.
I ain't gonna skip no steps. I'm gonna take the bumps in the road and I'm gonna be realistic with what's coming ahead. And that's just who I am.
True. True. That's what's up. That's what's up. Describe Describe your coaching style in one word.
Passionate.
Passionate. You
Yeah,
coach
'cause I
like
think
you're passionate too.
yeah, but I think people use it as aggression. So I think people think that's about how I am all the time. It's because my voice doesn't propel. So like I don't have a voice that you can hear like over a whole bunch of people. So I have to be animated and use my hands because I don't have a voice that goes amongst people. So all those animations they see on the sidelines most of the time because my girls can't hear me over the crowd. People always think I'm just going crazy. It's because I'm trying to get their attention.
Right.
But however, I'm gonna do it. Like I think that people get caught up in that. Like, I mean, nah, I'm good. I'm already proven that I can do what I do.
True. Facts. Facts.
I'm cool. I'm okay with that.
Facts.
I'm okay with it.
What how you ever coach AAU? You never coached AAU?
I did. I coached my daughter's. Um, I think it was maybe fifth grade AU team. I don't like AU that much.
Okay. Okay. So
I
school.
just it's different. I'm okay with AU. I just think that they have a lot of more influence with with the least amount of development. You can't come tell me how I'm doing my job when we're trying to keep like because at the end of the day, the high school game is the game that it shows the college game. You have to be able to play in a system and control. So it just like it's not that freedom that they get. And I think it doesn't develop their IQ. And you don't go to an AU team already with a mental IQ and a basketball IQ, you really don't come back being the same player. I just don't like it. I
Yeah.
develop players. So if my player come back and she's still going left and crossing over right, she's still predictable. And what did she do to make herself a marketable, recruitable player? And it's not all AU coaches, but I think that some of these AU coaches get themselves too credit when they're not doing the work. Like, I mean, I'm watching film, I'm developing character, I'm developing intention, I'm developing a teammate. Like, when you play AU ball as an individual, it's more like individual. And the
Yeah.
good teams work collectively together well. Like, that's it's just what it is. If you collectively work together, and most of the time they ain't gonna admit to it, but I'm pretty sure your son AU team have been together a couple of years. They got some type of camaraderie, correct? Core got some type of
Yeah, they've been with AP for 3 years and they
it means
IQ through the roof. Like I
exactly.
think it was a lot of teams we played that was on paper, or even if you look at us doing warm-ups, you're gonna be like, man, they finna beat the brakes off them. And we either popped them or was right there. Like every time, like kids from all over the nation. So yeah.
I think kids, I always tell my kids, like, listen, everybody had to be somebody before they became somebody. Everybody had to be the team. Hazel Green had to be somebody to become Hazel Green. You got to conquer the conqueror. You got
Right.
to be the best team to be the best player, to be respected. And I think it's changed a lot here. I think the game here is more like of kids branding themselves and being marketable and like marketing highlights. When they get down to that nitty gritty, these people making almost $1 million a year to be efficient and win games. It can't be cute. It ain't gonna always
Right.
be pretty. So I think that perception of basketball is definitely Angel Reese is nice and pretty, but she get down in that dirt. Get down there in the doggy world. And
Right.
I think they see that makeup and that facade and don't understand she in the gym. She working.
Yes.
She has her time measured. Well, she got 8 hours to beat Angel. The rest of
Right.
the time she worked. She got a job to do.
Yeah.
And her intention. Her intention ain't the same. And when she speaks, she say it. So I think that sometimes we give kids falsehoods, thinking you gotta be liked to be good. I don't care if you like me, but I'm still gonna have that 25 and 10. Regardless though if you like me or not.
True. 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 Hey, do you see yourself more as a coach, teacher, mentor, of all of the above?
I mean, I would say I see myself more of a teacher than a coach. I'm not really. I mean, the mentor thing is for parents. I think like if you go into a coach for a certain level of mentorship, then they parenting. So I think nowadays people getting a real mentorship mixed room with just all our parenting. So I don't even like to say I mentor people's kids because I don't want nobody. I want you to mentor my kids and be an example that they can try. Listen, this is the intention you need to have. Like I think mentorship is like it's an old fashioned word now. Like I mean, you can have mentors, but I think that you have research, you do the work, you do like I'm giving you direction. Mentorship means that at one point we're gonna be the same. As a coach, we're gonna never be the same. You're gonna
Right.
always be the player, and I'm gonna always be the coach.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
Generation, and with this generation of kids, you have to have those boundaries. No, I'm coaching you, and I'm the authority figure. It's my ship,
True.
And I think that so when you go into that mentorship, you adding more stuff to the job, and that's in the job description. You said
Right.
people are always like, and all demographics don't need mentorship. All schools don't need that. They need a coach to come in and coach their players. That's what Bob Jones needs. Like, for me to do. Like, I don't really have to do all the extra stuff. I think that adds more. You know,
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
everything come with a cost.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. How do you handle a kid when it may seem like you're not getting through to her mentally? Like how would you deal with that?
I mean, like in coaching, I think it's different from each kid. Like, I had a kid last year. I feel like she was young. I hounded her a lot. It took my husband to say, like, give her a break. So I think that as I've grown, I realized that listen, how I measure it is I give you two corrections and then we on that line. So I think that the running and having an expectation, the standard, it fixes itself. So like how I have a method where we do slashes. So I'm not stopping my practice and my teaching to run. You got to slash, slash, slash. And by the first couple of days, we might have 25. We run every one.
True,
Because and then on the third day, we done a three. And then you ain't got by the time we get to the end of the week, we don't even got the book no more because y'all adhering to the standard.
true, true. And you call them slashes?
Yeah, it's like I got a little book. I'm like a person that have things in my hand. So if you see me coach, like I got like a pen in my hand. I like to write notes. I'm a doodler. So because I got ADHD, so I'm always moving. My mind always racing. So like I got this little thing. I got a black book that called a slash in it. So I have the date. I just put 10 slashes. I have my manager. I put the numbers. They don't want the numbers, but I stopped doing the numbers because it's too much work. So I just slashed the whole team. We're a unit. So we got to stand it. And I recognize that discipline works. Like I don't have that many problems. Like and that was last year. I ain't even bought the slash book out this year. Like we've been on point. So I
Yeah,
don't even have to. I ain't had to bring the book out.
you got that culture built. Um, do you use any drills or actions that you learned from Auburn, like from college from where you was at?
I mean, yeah, I think that one thing that I learned is how my offense is spacing, and I make you occupy defenders at all times. So if you got five players, your offensive job as a player, even if you're not in that play, is to make sure your defensive player constantly know where you at. And if she slip up and don't know where you at, then you make her pay for that because your job is advantage and disadvantage. That's how you win. So
Right,
if I know that you can't guard one player on my team by yourself, the person that your man guarding has to capitalize on that because their advantage is to stop this person. So what are you gonna do? So
right,
I think spacing. I think a lot of spacing. I think a lot of like just. I don't really run a lot of plays. I run. I set, read and react. You got to be able to get in the defensive stance to hold me down. If you
right,
can't do that, then I don't need no play.
right.
I'm the play.
Yeah, the game ain't that hard.
It's 1 and 2. Like
Yeah,
and a lot of it is in body posture. So if you got a defensive player is not down in this defensive stance, and they have to get in defensive stance to even move, then they kill because it's cooking. So I teach my players more sort of cues on just defensive mistakes before you run this play. If she's standing straight up, go to the hoop, make her get down the stairs, and most of the time makes her come with a foul and I make them finish. Like, it's just certain things that you can't rely on referees to do. If you can get clarity yourself, get that clarity you need. And then everything else is 50.
true. I love that. I love that right there. I love that. Um, what is something your college coach may have said to you that you echo to your players? If it's something you can remember.
She was real big on energy and keeping a positive mindset, and just having a disciplinary thing, like cues, like how it is. Like even though me and my college coach is a clash, I really, I say if I had any type of person that I'm like is my college coach because she was a little bit all over the place, but she was efficient. Like, it's the standard. We can have fun, but once you get across those boundaries and we are not adhering to the standard, the winning standard and the winning culture, that's not always games. It's like, hey, listen, you have to be the ultimate teammate. I can't be late to class because you're gonna affect the person beside me. I think that's what I learned from her is being the energy and saying like, hey, listen, it's okay. You missed that one, you gonna get the next one. Just having that positive mentality and letting them know like it's okay not to make it. It's how you respond to the miss. You can go back and get that miss, but you can make sure you don't miss the next one.
Right.
You have a chance, and I think it's just them next play. Next play, I learned that from my coach.
Next play mentality. Yeah. A lot of kids missing that too. The next play mentality. Um, how do you approach building confidence in your players? Especially, with girls who might be doubting themselves. Like how do you help build confidence in them?
So the main thing is the environment they're training in. Like, I'm training, I'm having any type of session where I'm talking to my players, the gym empty. It's only the people that's allowed in my gym are the people that are gonna play for me. So I think if you limit distraction and you tell them, hey, listen, this is a safe place for you to mess up. You have to mess up to get better. I think that with the girls, the main thing is the environment for mistakes. And like making sure like if you have an empty gym, then their confidence is up because they don't have any standard besides the one you set for them. They're not looking at their friend that might saw them missing, throw that ball to go, or a guy they might like to see them not be as talented as they can be through their mistakes. So I think the main thing is the environment you set for your team, and so you can get that total focus and total attention.
True. True. Hey, man. you got a lot of girls over there with offers. Um, how have you seen the program progress since your arrival? Like how what's the biggest difference you see in your arrival?
I mean, like, I think that one thing that people don't understand about Bob Jones, I got a job. I got like a turnkey program. Like, Coach Jasmine Powers did a great job of just maintaining the program. And those players are there when I got them. I can't act like I received this team, like with these players already on there. And my
Okay.
main thing is just going into this with my winning standard and my intention. Like, I'm Coach Sherell, Robertson. Like, I mean, I'm not anybody's twin. This is how I expect things to go. This is my expectation. It's not any slight to any other coach because Coach Jazz is a great coach. It shows, I mean, like, this is how I run things. And I think that for me, Bob Jones was a program where I was like, it's a gold mine. Like, these things are already here in this community. I just have to be able to put that piece to the public and deliver with
Right.
coaching.
True. I feel that. I feel that. So what is the next level up for you? Like, what's the next level up for you right there?
You see, again, like, I have like, for me, I'm a mom. Like, I got 3 kids. I got my daughter. I came from my daughter's volleyball game. My son plays football. I got a 3-year-old. So the main thing is progressing on my kids and their growth too. So just if coaching takes me there, like, however it goes. But my main thing is being a mom and just like I'm happy about it. It's a gold mine. I mean, I have a great job. So it's
True.
just for me to continue to grow as a coach. I think like one thing is interesting about being a coach this year is that I'm a mom. So I've actually understand parents a lot more now. Like when I'm out there watching my daughter play volleyball, I only care about her. Like, I only care about her, like how she is. I want her teammates to be successful, but my intention is to go there is to care about my child. So it
Right.
makes me understand the perspective when I'm having conversations with them. And I always try to tell parents like your child is the apple of your eye.
Right.
It's not they're not the apple of my eye. All the kids on my team are the apple of my eye. So I can have the intention to only make sure your child develops. I have a job to make sure all the kids develop. But until I had a child that's on that other side, I didn't see that perspective of, hey, listen, like, even though they don't care about the other kids, that still doesn't mean their intention for them not to be great. So it just makes me, I feel like me being a parent to an athlete has made me a better coach because I see the perspective of, hey, listen, all parents, I just wanted to know, like, hey, listen, sometimes it's just like, what can I do to make my child better? And I can say that I'm just like a very, like, it's how I like things to go. And it isn't always the best approach. I learned now because of me being a parent.
True.
Hey, so I can say I've grown in that aspect for sure this year.
True. And I talked to a previous coach, and he literally said the same thing that since he had a son, um, it helped him understand parents a little better. So, and I definitely agree to that. I definitely, I can understand that. I can
Because
understand.
my job is to care about the totality of the team. My job as a parent is to care about my individual child. So when you having a conversation with a parent, again, my ideal is to be talking about that the totality of what makes the team better, which I ideally still do. But that don't mean I can't be compassionate about their individual concerns about their child.
Right.
I mean, because if I have some, I want that same mutual respect. So
Right.
I've learned that
True.
for sure.
True. What can we expect to see from you in the Bob Jones Lady Patriots?
I mean, I just think we just gonna go out there and compete. I think, like, last year we were 22-9, and before the season, I said we would win about that many games just because we had some disciplinary things. Then we had to get used to how I operate and how I want things done. This year, I have a more seasoned team, I have a more disciplined team, have a more veteran team. So I mean, our expectations always to be high, but you have to still be able to control the controllable things. So
Right.
my expectation is what it is every year is to win and be as successful as possible. But I will say that we have a talented group of girls that work hard and
True.
that are really out there outworking the competition. I couldn't say the same thing last year. They were still understanding the intention of being an elite player in an elite team. I think last year's team didn't realize how talented they were. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I think sometimes they shocked themselves.
Right.
And this year they got this year's team got a taste of what it is and what it could have been. And,
Right.
and anytime you lose a game by 2 points, that sit with you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's a different type of hunger and drive and intensity you have coming to that next year. And I can honestly say I see that in my players now. And we've been having a good time. I think you would expect what you expect from me. Like, I
Yeah.
mean,
Facts.
I ain't there out there expecting to lose.
Facts. Facts. I can't wait to see
So
you.
yeah, for sure.
A few out the door questions. Couple out the
Listen,
door
I'm ready.
questions.
What are they?
Hold
Let me
on.
know.
It's only two of them. So, do it feel better to hit a game winner or draw up a game winner?
That's a good one. The mental capacity, the drive and adrenaline you get from hitting one is different when you were drawing up. And when I'm drawing up, I'm expecting this player to go out there and do what I would do. And sometimes my mind was a different type of mind. I lived to shoot the game with a shot because
Right.
like I was the type of person like 'cause I was okay with the outcome either way. Like if I missed it, I know my intent was to make it. So I think shooting a shot game with a shot definitely is nothing like it. Yeah,
Nothing
I don't
like
care how many times you drop. I mean, it's hard to draw up a game in the play, but to shoot one takes you got something. So next question.
it.
Yeah.
Out the door question number two. Do you have a game day must, whether it's food, a song, or a ritual?
I gotta listen to music. Like I mean, like I have to listen to music. I gotta like really get in my zone because it take a lot. I mean, people don't understand like preparing for games. It take a lot of mental control, like not to get technical, not to be engaged with the refs. So I mean, I've had my time with those. So I just music and really just get in my zone. And like I like to go watch the other team warm up because I'm a tendencies coach. So, like I know, like I mean, I know I can watch the team warm up and know really who the star is and what their tendencies are, and what they can't do. Sometimes I don't even gotta watch scout. I can just watch by the warm up if I don't got no scout on them.
Yeah,
I just like to go put my headphones in, sit on the bench, and just watch the other team and see what they can't do.
that's your ritual. Okay.
I don't know, like I like to be by myself. I'm like a homebody, so I'm like really a person that just like to be by themselves, like just think, be by myself and just think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your sign, Sherell?
Cancer.
Cancer. Okay. Okay.
I'm a cancer, and I'm a real cancer too. Like I'm one of yeah.
This
Not that
this
bad though.
might be. I'm gonna ask this. I don't know if you can describe it, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Last out the door question. One word that would describe the Hobbs sisters. Fierce.
I think a lot of people like I think like the older generation you gotta be in the like me and my sister what makes me and my sister different from a lot of players is that we was in the gym like really bumping with boys, like really taking over gyms, getting picked over boys. That was just, it changed the culture of girls' confidence back then. Like, you know, like hey listen, you can be feminine, you can be play with boys and it's they job to how they feel about it. I'm not
Right.
going there feeling like I ain't gonna bust that butt. Like how if I do, you know, so I think that it's, our mentalities were a lot different because we were like we were just out there hooping. Like you said, we can meet me, show me. Like we
Yeah.
go play mano y mano. And
True.
I think it was different from what they saw from girls. It set us different, apart from a lot of girls that came through. We backed it up.
Hey, this was good, Sherell. I appreciate it. I appreciate you for coming on here, chopping it up with me. I
How
had
about one
fun.
talking? How about I wasn't talking too fast? Like, interesting. I have a question
Nah,
for you.
nah, you
I
good.
got some questions. I got some questions for you though, because I
What you
said
got?
I researched and I said, you know what? I mean, because I am who I am. I'm gonna transform your interview. So I was waiting for you to end it so I can go back to my questions. I think the viewer need to see. I want to ask you questions from a coach's perspective to a parent. I don't
Okay.
think they see that viewpoint a lot. So I got a couple of questions for you, for the people out here. How I feel like I take over the show. Being a parent and being back in the day from when kids were going to the rec, and the elite, you know, you knew what's the difference you think in the culture of basketball in the North Alabama and the Huntsville region, and why players aren't getting as heavily recruited as they were back in the day from the current kids now?
Think because you got a lot of parents that's trying to skip the steps. Well, I'm gonna say this: you got a lot of parents and kids that's trying to manipulate the process. They trying to fix up their Instagrams. They trying to make their highlights look good to draw their attention, and then once that attention comes see you, oh man, this kid ain't who I thought he was. Yeah. So I think everybody trying to manipulate the process to get there, and you can't do it. You can't do it.
And that's awesome because I think that nobody hears that from a parent, really a parent that has a kid, an elite kid, but still saying that's a step to be elite. And I think that people are missing a book on that part of it. Like, hey, listen, your kid can be potentially be elite, but potential is not a guarantee.
Right.
So that's my one question.
Okay.
Another question. Think that now the style of girls basketball is getting more viewership than it was previously than it was back 20 years ago. What's the difference in girls basketball now than it was back when I played?
Um, I think it's just more talent. I think girls are more talented. Like you don't have
Popular.
a huh?
Are they more popular?
Say talent. I'm gonna say talent. But and the reason I say that because back then you might have a few girls that was good or a few teams that was good, but now you got more girls that's good, more teams. So I think it's just more girls that can play basketball. I think.
Okay, I know you're a coach too, but I'm asking you from a parent perspective because this is something I want to know as a coach. Why? And this is just a Huntsville because I'm a Huntsville person. Why can't parents and come together? Because Huntsville isn't on a global scale, on a worldwide scale. It's not a big market. Like, you got your Caleb Hopes, you got your big name players, but why is Huntsville on both ends, girls and boys, so heavily saturated with AU teams? Why can't they? Why isn't there any more camaraderie amongst players and parents? Is it too much parental involvement and egos? We got that much talent now.
Um, I think it's too much me going on. It's like, I mean, you can speak on the 2028 class, 29 class, but really just any age group. It's so much talent around here to where the team can be from right here. But the problem gonna be who gonna coach, under what
Nobody
program.
had nobody who got a son on the team should coach. That's the first thing. That's a lot of things I see. It's like, I mean, it's probably a couple coaches that I feel that don't do it. Like, and that's because I'm on a parental side too. Like, I got a son that plays trail ball, AU ball too, and like he's on the same team for the last few years, and we don't have those things. And his dad's coaching, so I mean, and like the stuff that we hear, they hear about AU ball. I haven't experienced that even with my team, and
Hmm.
we do travel. My son does travel and play on for the Blazers, the third grade team too. But the things I hear is that there's no camaraderie amongst it's like people are going to be better than you. People are going to be coaching better than you. But if you want the city to grow as a whole, it's not that many talented kids here, bro. Like it's not that many talented kids here, but it doesn't have as many talented teams. And I think people are not being realistic with that.
Right.
And my job as a coach is to gauge talent. I've made that comment about the team with the Fusion because I'm aware of it. And I know they've been together for a long time. So it's not a realistic viewpoint. The totality of what's going on in Huntsville.
Right.
And this is from a person who's been with the same AU, well, my child's on the same AU team for 4 years, and we have not had any type of drama and egos. And I'm not saying it's not gonna come, but it's a way to do it where it's in the best interest of all parties involved, and that's with the kids' best interest at heart. And I want Huntsville to really work on that. I'm glad we talked about this because I think that dynamic of people talking about it, like it needs to be talked about. Like if Huntsville wants to grow and these kids actually get recruited, one thing they need to teach them how to do is to compete, to outwork people, not expect because my mama know A B C D E F G people. They're gonna give me if it gives me leverage. You still have to be
Right.
good. So I think that if we really have to really work on our mentalities and what we put instilling in our kids, there's no advantages and disadvantages that you can go out there and write down to beat kids better. You gotta be
Right.
better than them.
Right.
And I think parents have to start there with the activeness and really teaching them how to compete and be okay with not being as good as the next person. I'm gonna be better next time. Work hard because that instills the confidence to continue to work at it and have it. And
Right.
I just want to say that I was like, if you ain't asked me a question like that, I definitely want to just really put my feel on it because I think that it was oversaturated AU teams, and I'm tired of it. Like I can't even pick. I didn't put my daughter on the AU team because everybody thinks they can do it.
Right. And that's another thing that's different with AAU today to back then. Like now, it's man, everybody playing AAU. It's to the point to where like kids skipping rec going straight to AAU. Like AAU wide open now. It's just sign up and play.
It really is, and that's the reason why it's just how I like. I mean, I'm not like it's good, but there's no competitive edge. You like if you don't make the 17U team, you don't get the EYCL now, or you gonna get it's gonna be a little 17U team in it. Like everybody got it, and Doug Bush has been around a long time. Like so, regardless, like I think that, and I think why he's been a good around a long time because he started with his 3 daughters. And then he's grown it because he has no bias. He has no kid or no skin in the game. So he's able to be because he has time.
Right.
I think people got to learn how to work together. And I'm just using Doug as an example because he's been around 20 something years. And another thing too is what Alabama kids, Georgia kids, North Carolina kids, these kids are have different pedigrees, different raises, and different moral compass. They're not all the same type of kids. So sometimes Alabama kids don't thrive like because those kids don't have the same type of it is different type of
They don't even
demographic
have
and
the
how
same
they,
why.
yes, to go play with them. Like I mean, of course they're gonna some of them kids gonna be hungrier than you because you have a different type of intention. And I think that's what parents need to be realistic with. Like you have to put your kids around like-minded kids that in the same type of intention, but understand people that it's cool. I'm gonna play the Atlanta. Okay, you better be Atlanta like.
Right,
You better be Atlanta. You better have some Atlanta skin or there's some grit that comes with those type. It's a big market of kids, so it's a different type of competitive edge in Huntsville where you got 500,000 people compared to 5 million. You know, it's a
right.
different type of, and people have to be realistic with that too.
And I definitely agree with what you just said because you got places like Atlanta, we can say Dallas. When you Memphis, when you speak on those areas, okay, let's say you make a team. You do make a team, but it's a long line of kids right behind you that want your spot compared to places like here or places similar to here. Once a kid here make a team, it ain't too much behind him that can come take his spot. So that right there gonna make
Believe in
him
that.
lax anyway.
And I'm the person who took my son to Georgia to play on third grade team. And it's because difference when they want you to play on their team. Like he's the best player with the most shine, but he has around to develop. I think people have kind of been the best player so much, but you can be the fifth best player, but be the right fit for UConn. You know what I'm saying? On your team, you might be the fifth best player, but UConn might make you their first best player. So it's you always a piece to a puzzle. I mean, a piece to a scheme for that individual coach. I think AU ball days the vision of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's no system in place for the development of the players.
Right. I agree.
Made me, just when it get down to that nitty gritty, when it's time for me to really exit OU,
Hey,
the game is different. They don't play the same as the game. The game ain't even the same. The referees are more seasoned, more organized. It's a different style of game. It's a regulation court. So I feel like it's unfair to compare the two also too. So that's
yeah,
for sure.
I feel that. I got the perfect title for this episode right here. Sherell
I didn't.
interviews JP.
I didn't mean to, but I gotta do something different
I
because
love it. I love it. Like because it's so
AU
organic.
game.
This what we
You've
doing
been
is
in AU
organic.
game so long. You've been in AU game so long, and I know like y'all have been really doing it, but I don't think y'all really explain the way y'all done it. Like like, and I'm out looking in, like I'm looking in from hearsay, but I watch it because I'm a study. I'm a learner, a constant learner. So if you promote AU by you coaching, but your team has been together to develop a bond, not the collective. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a
Right.
different type of way you doing it than the majority, and and I think AU coaches do not promote that. Like you're not really promoting the work you're really putting in with this collective of kids. That's why you're successful.
Right. Well,
You just
I'm gonna
out
say
looking in.
I'm gonna say this. So first, everybody got a piece to that class. So I'm gonna say Danny got a major. Danny Pace play a major role into that class. Bull play a major role into that class, and then AP just got them. Later, what, sixth grade? So he done had them since like sixth
Yeah.
grade. But everybody put a brick into it, and it just
But y'all kept them together. Y'all kept them in a cohesive unit, right? Like they were the same kids pretty much doing it, like playing together, growing and learning together.
right,
And that's
right,
college basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the facets of it with the NIL, he's made it look a little more like AU ball. I think they're gonna put some regulations that make it like when you can't transfer as much, you can't do things. Because if you constantly let them get mad and leave, you're taking away the competitive edge. So it has to be some regulations and a cap on when you can transfer. Because you can't just get mad at me and want to go get 100 bands. Really, if you play a Russian roulette now, because this kid might not be what they stocked her at. It could be like you taking. You have to really now be able to grade talent and be
right,
truthful with it.
right, right. And it's still a gamble.
I think, and it's still a gamble. And like because I've been around basketball, like, no, my husband is a professional. I've seen it in Europe, and I've seen a European game compared to the American game, and the difference in how they do their development from adolescence up until like pros. They had the curve, and it's just like so they had the curve because they take the realistic human part of and apply it to the game. I think We're not doing that. We're putting a mindset of like you can train all day and be 5'11" and still make it to the league and dunk on people. Ain't realistic. Dude, look at the blessing you got. You got tall boys. You see what I'm saying? So we joke about this, but like that is a part of the foundation too. Like, and you can have this hard, and you can be a Muggsy Bowles, but hey, how many Muggsy Bowles that came? How many more Muggsy Bowles that came? I'm about 40 now. I ain't no Muggsy Bowles. You 10, 5,
One
5, and
after
jumping on
him,
people.
just one. No, and
30 years.
Earl Boykins or something, but it just one, just one.
30 years. Think that it don't feel it's a little abrasive to say that, but because everybody got this dream, it's the American dream, but sports genetics are key. I mean, some people just born 6'8", and they might be sorry at 9, but a millionaire at 17 because they're 6'8". And I
True.
think that people are not realistic with that viewpoint. When you in this market of Huntsville and these 6'8" boys, PhD got in Huntsville, or 7 foot, been in Huntsville in the last 20 years, besides them kids in her vibe. And Marvin Stone. I can't
I
remember nobody
can't,
outside of Huntsville.
man. The only really tall man. That's crazy. Then you can't really think. You can't name too many.
How many you think? How many 7 foot African and white, black, all kind of demographics in Atlanta? How many examples that they have in Atlanta? Those kids are just huge like that. So what you do? So I just think that you have to be realistic with that. We're trying to compete on a global scale. So I always trying to be the best player in the world. Strive to be the best player that ever done it. And even if you probably never will be, your intention will always be consistent.
Right.
Always be consistent. You give your maximum effort at all costs at every time. Because if
True.
you want to be the best in the world, it's a match. You're doing a match. You know what I mean?
You got to almost be a psycho at what you're doing to be the best. And what I mean a psycho, I'm talking about like your work ethic, your training. You got to be a psycho with it.
Yeah, you have to be like, I didn't go to prom. I didn't go, like, it's things I didn't go to because of the things because of basketball and then the sacrifices I made. Like, I didn't really get to go out and party in high school because I was at a gym. And we used to be at at Union Hill on Fridays playing basketball. Me and my sister, like, that was the thing to do for my
The lock
success.
in, the lock in at Union
Yeah,
Hill.
yeah, and even like just after practice, I'm going to play pickup. I'm going to play at A&M with girls. I'm playing the women's league against grown high school girls and college players in the 10th, 11th grade. So I developed a grit to be relentless.
Right.
I got from my college coach is being relentless, and to be relentless is not ain't no liking in relentless. You don't really like people that's relentless because pursuit to my work ethic is so high that you can't compete. You have to have a certain matter of sacrifice and drive. And honestly, it's not even a blueprint. I don't even know how I done it. I just did it. And I think me and my sisters always going against each other.
Yeah.
Maybe helped my intention. And as I get older, and I look, you got kids, and you want to make sure that you're setting the best example. I do worry about like how I look coaching, because my kids look at me like, oh my, like, because my kids don't really get to see that
Yeah.
fiery side of me. I get at them, but most time we just be cool, we be chilling, and so they be seeing me coaching, they're like, yeah, mom, you're crazy. But it's because I kind of like to turn it off at home. But yeah, it's definitely I learning when your kids start growing up. They're your biggest critics. Like I get my kids, y'all some people out there. My kids are unhinged. They look, mom, you were like, no. Like, so
Yeah.
I have learned to be a little more,
Yeah.
saying a lot more. And my growth process, 'cause I'm still growing now.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not grown.
Say
We
I'm happy.
growing. Yeah. We're not grown. We
On this
growing.
note, though, and I want all the dads, and I want you to do this too. Like, make me this promise
Okay.
that with your daughter, with all dads out there, really promote, actively support female sports with intention. Like, don't think it is a pastime. Like, these girls out here doing the same work or even harder than the males with the least type of respect. And I think it takes fathers of dads to really, because now, like, you ain't just a boy playing, like, you a daddy with sons and daughters, and the same as me. And what I really want is sad to be more intentional with our kids, with really letting them know, like, I'm there to support you, good, bad, and ugly. And I gotta tell them I'm gonna do a better job too, but like, yeah, really go out there. Hey, you gonna respect my daughter type of mentality when it comes to female sports. Because it'll help coaches out. It'll help especially female coaches. But it's hard there for us. It's not
Right.
always an easy environment to be successful in a female and in a male dominated environment. There's not a lot of protection for it. It's not always a safe space. And there's no twins. Like everybody's not twins. So the way I coach and how I get my success in coaching, it's not like the other coach. But that doesn't mean it's any less than that. So and I always want to leave on this saying, it's okay to prefer collard greens over salad. It's okay that, like, it's okay for me to prefer collard greens over salad. It doesn't
Right.
mean anyone is less than or better than. It's just that I have a preference. And I think people got to be okay with people having difference of opinion and still being good at what they do. Like, it
Right.
doesn't mean I think any less than people. But I want people to know that about me as a coach that I don't push my believe in me, who will. So if I fail on beat you, I do think that. And I hope you
Right.
think that too. But that doesn't mean I think I'm any better than you as I'm attacking your character, I'm attacking your flaws. It's just the fact that when I go to work, that you my way of my work. There's nothing wrong with that. I think
Right.
that I get ridiculed a lot for having an intention to be successful in the job I'm being given to do.
True.
It's like, and it ain't no book on how I'm supposed to do this. Grades, class, and be successful on each side all the time. And I think that, and I can coach. And you have to show me that you can tell me. And I think that there's nothing wrong with that. And I think sometimes people want to tough persona that they think it is who I am. They always want to think that I can take everything and we're not human beings, but I'm human.
Right.
And I bleed and I scratch and I hear. It's not always here when you're successful to always hear that you ain't doing the way somebody else did. So why not? Why do I have to? Why can't I just like my collard greens and you like your salad?
The world is too opinionated anyway. Anyway, like that's the world.
Learn to not care. I mean, and I really just once you learn not to want success, ain't no book to it. You have to really go out there and work hard in the next man and have a little luck. But if you don't have a system and a consistency in place, this can't happen. So, like, I think that a lot of times my passion gets ruled for me being a certain way, but I'm not changing.
Facts.
I mean, I want y'all to really understand who I am. Beat me. What's wrong with how I do, how I walk in this room. If you don't like it, I mean, I'm working. I mean, you feel a little far away because I ain't feeling the way. I want
Yeah.
y'all to look dead in this camera. I'm not feeling the way I want you to beat me. But make sure you know I'm coming back.
Yeah. Cause I'm trying to beat you.
And it's nothing. Yeah, and so it's nothing wrong with that. And I think sometimes I get a bad rap for that, but I'm not gonna stop. So it just got like
I
people
love it.
really got to really perfect. It's gotta be me. And if I can't grow, be great in my greatness, how can we be anybody be successful? There's
Right.
no twins out here. Like no, I don't have to be like you. And I think that now because I be so total rich, people don't like it, but I don't like sometimes it's raining outside. I don't like rain. I don't like to get wet. But sometimes
Yeah.
I gotta get wet.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta get a little wet. You gotta be a little uncomfortable with it. But how you respond, it's like how David did to Goliath.
Yeah.
I feel at that time. And you have to have that mentality to ever be do the unexpected. If I thought every time I work, I want to make sure so and so feel good about me winning, then I'd be a winner. And I
Yeah.
think that if you feel away by how I walk in a room, I won. Cause I mean, like,
My dog.
I don't feel bad.
My dog.
I don't feel bad. But I mean, I
Hey.
appreciate the opportunity for sure. I appreciate you giving me my first opportunity to really go in and really show that. I mean, I'm just the definition of art of competition,
Hey,
and
I
I
appreciate you coming.
understand logic.
I told you it was gonna be a
And I
good
thought,
one.
yeah, and you ain't told me that was crazy. Crazy was like, everyone's like, he might lose the crazy. I'm like, no, he knows that
Fact.
I'm okay with the unthinkable.
True. True. I told you it was gonna be a
It's
good one.
great though, like. And I really wanted to know the answer to those questions. Like, it wasn't fake at all. Like, I really think that it's good to know that parents do think like me, and they understand their kid has to be consistently work. And I think this would show parents that understand and know what the expectation is to be great.
Right.
And camaraderie and working good as a collective is the first thing to greatness. I think that hospitals need to tighten up. We loose
Facts.
out here.
Fact.
And if I'm a person who nobody knew who they was and they got recruited to then like I'm one of them people that you remember.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I would want my kids to go through. They have to get there. You understand? So I worked. I know I make these things look real easy, but I'm up at 5 a.m. watching film to make sure. First, I gotta go again. If you can't go left, you can't go left tonight. And you have to put that intention into your players. And it does take a different type of prowess. It does take a different type of intent. And it don't always look nice. But my husband, I'm okay. I mean, like, I think that critiquing your daughter as my opponent, I'm attacking her character. I think that's the parent's first problem. If you don't go into the parent's first problem is if I say, hey, she can't go left. I ain't say she ugly. I ain't say she a terrible person. She just can't go left in the film I'm watching. That's my professional opinion. That's not my personal opinion about the
I
kid.
think
And I think kids are
now I just got to say this because it popped in my brain real quick. Like I think parents, especially moms, they look at. Well, I'm gonna say it like this: that's your baby. He ain't everybody else.
the apple of your eye.
He's your baby.
And I think that I'm a helicopter mom too. You see my son's game, I'm acting a fool. It's the difference when they are seventh grade, like they recruit athletes, they recruit parents too. One thing on my mom growing up, like when we come home, basketball, like she never really, he talked about games. We never really came brought basketball home. I know, like me and my sister did. Like we didn't really sit up around and talk about the games. We just did us. Like my mom never really had anything negative to say about coaches ever. Now one time I can remember my mama ever saying like this coach can't do nothing. Like in my life, and that was monumental. I had problems with coaches. They were always resolved because my mom never interfered with the relationship of him doing his job and me having to really hear that.
Right.
There's times where, like, they call her for help, but she never, he would talk bad about her kids. She never responded or did anything remotely. I can't remember ever saying one thing bad about a coach. Obviously, you better be respectful.
Right.
And now, yeah, so I think that my mother was a very big part of me and my sister's, like, mental
Zero.
success,
Yeah.
for sure.
And it's crazy you say that because what you just said about the screaming, or you can't go left. Like it's so crazy. I done heard it's so crazy how another coach or somebody in the stands or something can literally scream out what you just said. He can't go left, or she can't go left, or he can't shoot back up, and they would flip out and take it personal, like you are specifically personally
Like,
bashing their
attacking their
kid.
child.
No,
Oh, yeah, I've had
I'm
people,
letting
like,
them know he can't go left. Send him left. You right. They'll flip out.
even flip out. Like you should talk about people's kids. It's like, but your kid has a discrepancy, and it's my job, my kid's job, to make sure that they can't go out there and go left and kill
On
them.
this floor.
So if it's a weakness, your child, yeah, on this court,
I'm gonna yell it out.
take it every time, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that that's not me attacking them personally. And I realized that, like, I was a trainer first, so it's my job. I think my gift is I can look at a player and tell you, like, like, hey, listen. And if you don't want to take it, it's a matter of opinion for sure. It doesn't mean I'm attacking your kid's character and they're a wonderful child. They just can't go left. That doesn't mean they are a terrible human being. And I think parents are so sensitive to that. And I'm just like, work on that left hand then. That's what my mom would tell you to
Yes.
go work on your left.
Work on your left.
It's
Cause I'm gonna
just
keep
like,
sending you left.
I think I've had parents who really get offended by that. So I think conversations like this are needed. Understanding coaches are human. Then we go home and for our kids too, and that it's not personal. My job depends on your kid being successful. My job depends on me being able to stop your child.
Right.
Eat off of me being able to stop your child. Why would I lie?
Right.
I think that people get offended by that and they just stop it. It's sad. Like, God, stop doing that because if kid can't do it, I'm gonna make them go. They're gonna have to show me they can go left all night long.
Yeah, because I'm gonna keep sending them. Or her. I'm gonna keep sending them. I agree.
There's a lot of structural body posture things that kids don't do. I'll give y'all some jewels right now. That
Fact.
if your kid in the bigger stands, I'm getting them. So, like, as a coach, if I'm watching you on film and you bending your back at the waist, you gonna have to bend your back. You gonna have to get down the stands all night long. I'm gonna come at you 50 times. Get down the waist. Oh, you pick it on her. What do I supposed to do? Let her
Yeah,
just
I
not
gotta
be a
win.
terrible defender unless she can defend.
I gotta win.
Stop that.
Yeah. I gotta
You have
win.
to stop that.
I gotta win. And you gotta be able to
And
guard. You got to be able to guard. A lot of people gotta stop. Then
then
they gotta
if Bob
stop getting
Jones,
mad
you
at
don't get in. That's
coaches.
what I'm about.
Huh? You gotta guard.
It's about that. And you don't defend, you don't get in. That's my
Yeah,
thing.
that's
That's
fact.
about to, you ain't defending, you ain't getting in.
So
It's
stop
just
getting
they're
mad at these
giving them
coaches.
cues. It's a standard set. Like, I have a standard. We're gonna outwork people. We're gonna defend, and we're gonna give enough reboundable balls to give us an opportunity to win. If you turn the ball over, I can't play you because my objective is to get up more shots than my opponent. Turnover is not a shot; it's a turnover. I can't get it back. A
Right.
shot and put it back in. Turnover goes to the other team. So those are aspects of the game that's not being taught. They want to be cute. They want to make sure they fun perfect. But their jumper is, and it's my job to know you can't do that.
Right.
I don't be said. I don't be phone at home.
Yeah. It had got sensitive though. It had got sensitive. Hey, hey, wide awoke. You not
Can't
sleepy?
talk. Are you sleepy? Oh, your clothes are messing up. But yeah, this is my only lefty, man. I finally got a left hand kid out of the third try. I got a left hand.
Hey, so I wonder what is it like for a right-handed person to train a left-handed person. You think that's difficult? Like when it comes to the shooting
It's the man,
mechanics.
but left-handed person got an advantage, and people be acting like they don't. Like my husband left-handed. The main thing is the thumb. The left-handed people have a tendency to put their thumb and get that backspin. They gotta make sure they're not using that thumb as much because all left-handed people have a tendency to put that thumb on the ball. It creates like a backspin, but they're going forward. You know what I mean? So it's like so it gives them a funky spin. So you notice a lot of good left-handed shooters ball go this way instead of going like the traditional right-handed way, and because of
Right.
the thumb.
I never
And
knew
you
that.
can buy the pull the thumb. Yeah, and it's really the touch. Like, I mean, the left-handed person, they have to really like touching the ball and really don't get complacent. And a lot of times, I mean, it's making sure your body moving the ball moves. So if I'm going down, I gotta make that ball movement with my body. Like a lot of people go down with the ball and just stay stationary. It's still a elusive move because once I see your eyes go that way,
Right.
seeing you. So I think that left-handed people have a natural elusiveness and delay in their game, and you can't, as a right-handed person, block their shot. I was an elite defender, and I hated left-handed people because they always call a foul on you because the transition of their elbow into up here is different from a right-handed person. If you're right dominant, you gonna foul on a delay. They always gotta clutch it. There's some weird crap to get the hold up in their hand.
That's crazy.
So don't ask me how I know that, but if you got a left-handed kid,
That's because you detailed. That's
they
how you
say
know
they
it. You're a detailed person.
am, and that's what make me good. I'm joking, but
No,
keep that
that's
thumb out their
not real
pants.
talk. Real talk.
They keep that left-handed people have to be really conscious of their thumb. Because their thumb always has a tendency to create a backspin because if your core ain't strong, and it really comes down to your core. Because if your core ain't strong enough to be able to keep the gather on the catch, you're gonna
Uh-huh.
adjust it. Adjustment usually has to come back naturally with your thumb. Like with me, I can manage my fingertips, but the left person is left a thumb dominant.
So
They're gonna always
you finna have me looking.
left
You finna have me looking at that now.
you gonna naturally see that little bit of a. If they're not down, like say if it's like if I'm up here, I'm getting down. 11 person always have to be in a shooter state because you already coordination is already delayed, so you already got to have natural, actually technically sound. You learn how to shoot in development because if you don't catch it early, they're gonna have a backspin. My husband got a backspin. He got dead balls sometimes because of it. It's definitely kind of you got left-handed kid. You got left-handed kid.
Well, I don't
You
know. I
got
don't know what. No, well, everybody right hand. I don't know what Jasmine gonna be. I don't know yet. I can't really tell. She 3 right now. I can't really tell. But you gonna have me checking into it. Yeah.
if you got just really think about that, and I always have to have their hands ready because what happens is when people not teaching, and this is a coaching thing that I'm learning over. Their kids are not. This is a target. So if you're a point guard, and even if I see at the corner of my eye, I see two hands because the complexion of your hands in and out are different. Your eyes are like you're gonna catch this. You like look. It's different. You're gonna automatically see. You can see at the corner of your eyes. Target hands are important for elite shooters. You don't know how to get your hands in a position. Because I already got my hands ready. I don't have to gather myself on my shot. You know,
Right. Right.
so y'all can't say I ain't help y'all out because y'all
Nah.
your hands down. Oh, I'm tight. Point for real. I know everybody think I'm just easy. I'm crazy, but I actually be teaching technical things.
You had that.
I'm a little bit of a guru.
What was that? What was it called? Root Academy. What you called it?
I call it like well, it's called the Tasmania Academy, but I've changed to the Root Academy. And I do train, but I'm really interested in training boys because I think that the difference between the boys, I used to coach boys, is that boys aren't technically sound. They don't have the technical things like like little things on times of they step. It's the body mechanics are going up and down and making your body go flat. that the girls' game does because the girls' body mechanics are so different. They have to have to do things in a more technical way. And the men's game is needed. That's why the Europeans are always a little bit more advanced, younger, because they learn the whys of why they're doing what they're doing. And we don't teach them in basketball.
Right.
We just go a drill and want them to mimic us. Why are they? Why should I mimic this drill? Why is it important for me to mimic you this drill? And I teach that you do this because A, B, and G, and that's what's lacking in development. That's why some kids are way more accelerate their talent because they understand why they're doing what they're doing. So they're able to really do understand what they're doing.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So my Root Academy is foundation based. And whenever I get time, I'm really going to be doing it because I know that there's no, my training is like how I train. It's a 25-minute session with me. It's $50 I'm expensive because it's the intensity and the pace that I care about. So whenever I do start back training, bring your son in because I'm really more interested in training boys than I am girls. Just because I think that right now, I need it more in the men's game than ever before.
Right.
It's not just the demographic of the home is balanced now. Single mamas will experience their son at their home. It's a balanced household. And men are more emotionally intelligent than they were 20 years ago. And I don't think men from 20 years ago understand that intelligence. That's why they get all these crash out players who don't know how to control their emotions because they haven't been. I don't think male coaches are equipped to deal with it.
Hmm.
If I had any type of goal on a team, I would want to be on the men's college staff and be like I'm a mother of three. And that's an important trait that they don't have on men's staff that is necessary, I think, with this day and age and with the operation with boys, you need a female, you need a feminine person there. And you can have a masculine time. I always have to have a male on my coaching staff. Why is it important for a female influence to be on the male staff? It's just as psychologically as important as a female too, and it's not equally respected, but it's needed. But think about it. Why should you be on my staff and I can't be on yours?
Sherell dropping gems on here. Woo, woo. I told you it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I mean,
Didn't I tell you? Didn't
yes,
I
but I
tell
think
you?
that people, it was.
I told you.
I think that that's necessary, like for the cycle. Think about it, your sons are more like they might be some mama's boys. It's okay. I think that when the best coach will recognize that. When I went to coaching boys, I realized it was hard because they emotionally unstable. It's because they're more disciplined than girls, but their intensity is different. They have an expectation to be success without work, and it's because of egos and the alpha male trait not being channeled to be. You don't have to work with intention.
True.
And you an alpha male, you can go. You can't be off. You have to have more control, more discipline mentally than a person who's a beta. And I think the alpha males are unhinged because they lack emotional intelligence that a man probably can't get to them because it's not that gender role in society. So now you have a whole bunch of boys on teams doing things that are not conducive to the team standard or their parents because their emotions are being unhinged because it's not the male trait, but it's happening. These boys are emotionally differently than they were 20 years ago, and I personally don't feel
Yeah.
like they have any type of feminine energy on staff to really balance it and still make sure they are the same. Because I can still understand your emotions as a female coach, but still make sure you adhere to the standard and do what you're supposed to do because that's a standard in a way that is different from a male. The same way you do it different from a female than I would, and it's not respected on both sides.
That's what's up. And on that
Because
note,
I feel like, no,
now that's
I'm
that's
like, I
deep
coach
right there.
anybody, boy, male.
That's deep.
So I'm gonna let you go because we've been talking. I probably didn't talk too long now.
No, we good. I told him I'm finna put this out ASAP. But what's the saying? Break the internet. Finna break the internet.
Because then like I think we both equally did well. Though I think that you actually gave me outlook. So I appreciate you for allowing me to come on. It was definitely better than I thought it was gonna be for sure.
I appreciate you for coming on. I'm telling you, Shay, as soon as I started doing this, Shay said, Holly Sherell, you gotta get Sherell. Like she said that before I even really started. Like, she like, get Sherell. So here we are.
And,
Here
I'm
we are.
hard. Like I'm really shy. Like so, like for me to be doing this is like it's really neat. I really want to show myself in a different light because I mean, I only compete when it's time to compete. I'm not really competing with anybody else outside of that. So I think that it's an on off switch to me, and I think I want people to respect that too. Like, this ain't what I do all day. I'm somebody's mama all day too, so that's important to me.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one. What's hey?
Talk about other topics too, but I think that this dynamic needs like people need to really see like, hey, listen, it's other ways to get to success besides the way you saying it. Like,